Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Going to another country once again. Yes, we're heading all the way over to North America as we are heading to round 7 of Montreal, Canada. A track that has its iconic corners, including the Board of Champions and other memorizing corners. The Drivers' Championship, well, at the moment there seems to be all over the place with new drivers jumping in, jumping out, and there's so many different people coming into this competition. At the moment, Antoine takes the top with 56 points as Sierra gets dethroned only by 1 point. This Drivers' Championship can change within a matter of races, so keep an eye out for any changes to happen. Meanwhile, the constructor side, which is where the big battle is happening, BRL still holds the top, but BDG finally reclaims second place once again. Meanwhile, down at the bottom, unfortunately, Streamline Racing Team, or SRT, are not able to find the points they're looking for. But this is where the fight happens, and it will fight today in beautiful Montreal. A beautiful country, Canada, one of the friendliest places you can be, and on what is a very straight line track. 4.3 kilometer track with an assortment of corners, 3 DRS zones, 1 down the main straight, 1 down the back straight, and of course, 12
Here we go then with a hot lap of Canada. Down the home straight DRS as you charge through. This is going to be one of the major hot spots here, coming in towards turn 1 and then turn 2. The hard braking, get yourself around the corner, and turn 3. You've got to be really tight to the inside as much as you can. Get the exit just right. Do not spin the rears, otherwise you will shave off a couple of tenths. Brake about the 75 meter bud, cut that corner beautifully, and the next. Make sure you don't run too wide. You can easily damage yourself on that wall as you come through to the right hander. Another hard braking zone. Make sure you then clip the curb just right, but don't do it too much. You will invalidate. And another good exit needed. DRS wing open. This is going to be more of a closure zone to try and get yourself ready for the next DRS zone. As you come to another chicane, again, clip them just nicely. Don't run wide. Don't hit the wall. You need to make sure that you are over to the left quite nicely for this hard braking zone into the hairpin. Brake at the 100 meter board. Get yourself right down to gear 1 for the extra rotation, and then short shift up to gear 3 to get the traction you need out of the corner. Coming up to the final DRS zone, and this is going to be the hot zone. This is going to be an area where you can absolutely send it as you come in towards the final chicane. Brake at the 100 meter board. Get yourself down the gears. Both chicanes, both corners, perfectly. DRS wing wide open once more to come across the line for a hot lap of Canada.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the SRC. I am joined by one brand new face and one familiar face. We've got Ben, as per usual. Ben, how are you doing?
Been worse.
Yeah, and we've got one brand new face on the commentary line, and it is Pancakes. How are you doing today, Pancakes?
Yeah, I'm doing alright, thanks very much.
That is good to hear. Now, of course, Pancakes, you're actually 5th in the Drivers' Championship, and you're sat here with us. Is there a particular reason why?
Well, actually, because recently I moved to Wales, so I'm not actually any good at the game anymore, to be honest. Because I used to be a controller player, so, and obviously on wheel, because I'm quite new, I'm pretty bad, to be honest. So that's why I'm not racing today. The other guys are a lot better than me.
Fair enough, fair enough. And of course, Canada's a track you've driven on before. Could you want to what kind of are you looking for in Canada from the drivers today?
Well, it's a very tough track. It's very easy to get wing damage. I can tell you that. Especially like the Wall of Champions. You know, even like Sector 2, it's very easy to get wing damage. You got very easy to invalidate as well. So it's a big mental battle, to be honest. Canada, and can't really hide. So yeah, it's gonna be a tough one today. You know.
Yeah, I think you've just summed it up. And of course, we've got the usual faces in the race. What would you say this is more of a controller or pad? I'm gonna hand this over to actually Ben because you usually know.
I have never seen a bigger wheel track other than Monaco.
Agreed.
Seriously. I'm in good contact with Sire, as you can see, the Brazilian in the Williams for representing BRL. I'm in good contact with him, and he's never been less confident in his life going into this race. There's about a 5 or 6 tenths difference between the pad and wheel here.
Really? There's that
Yep.
much between them, and you said it was the wheels' favor.
100%.
Oh god.
The race I commentated here earlier in the year, the entire podium was wheel. The highest pad use was actually Perondi. It was Miro Perondi, and he finished P6.
Oh wow. So it seems like there's a common theme between these tracks. You know, more straight lines and sharper corners, you're looking more towards the wheel, and more flowing long corners, you're looking towards pad. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It more tends to quick chicanes. More tends to become the more issues. I've just reinvited you guys. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry. I'm just having a couple of issues with the process. Oh, more people actually in than I thought. Right, hang on.
I'll leave you to that. Pancakes, I'm going to head back to you. I did have a question in mind, but it's completely gone ahead. Oh, yeah. Last week, were you watching it or racing it? I can't remember.
Oh, I was watching.
You're watching. So, you saw the hell that broke loose in yeah. I'm going to get that name one day.
Azerbaijan.
Yes, in Baku. Was just
That one, yeah.
the Baku one. We had a few collisions incidences. What was your kind of like thoughts on that entire race?
It was a bit of a mess, man. So it was just, yeah, again, it's just, there's walls at Baku. It's quite, especially like the castle section, it's very easy. Make one mistake and that's it, your race is over. So it was expected at Baku. I don't think I've ever seen a Baku race that isn't carnage. So yeah, and then obviously BG Smasher took the victory. He drove fantastic that day, to be fair to him. On the hard tyres, I didn't think he was going to get it at the end on the hard tyres, whilst everyone else was on fresh softs behind him. But Cressito did him a big favours, to be honest. Cressito battling Chandler's penalty, obviously, really helped him. And yeah, that's great race to watch.
And of course, there was a lot of collisions. And as the steward that I am, I do have some things that are put forward. So Ablet was given a 10-second time penalty for the collision he did on lap 19. Moving up a bit further, what else? We had another collision. Raven was given a 5-second penalty for stopping, for braking randomly. And I think it was Chandler will keep his penalty as well that he tried to appeal. So those are kind of the final decisions in the steward decision in the steward area. Do you agree with those decisions?
Yeah. Oh, there's a mic issue. Ben.
What?
Ben, there's a mic issue, mate.
What is
Yeah,
it?
just mute it. Just mute it.
Oh.
There was like a tornado going on. Yeah, no, I think with these stewards, I think there's more than one steward. There's like 5 to 10 of them, and there's quite a lot. So you've got
6, I believe, including
6.
myself.
Yeah. You can't really disagree with them. These guys, they know what they're doing. So you just got to trust them. Obviously, there's always going to be a bit of controversy. Like, I think this should happen, that should happen. But at the end of the day, it's just what happens, isn't it?
Almost like referees in rugby. You just go, yes, ref, and just move on.
Yeah, exactly.
Something that football definitely needs to take on. Any predictions by you? So we said that it's going to be a wheel-based track. We're going to head back to Canada, focus on that. It's a wheel-based track. Who are you thinking that is going to win today? Who's your prediction?
Well, you say it's a wheel-based track. This is BRL Cyril we're talking about. This is Cyril. He's do not underestimate that man. I can tell you something. Do not underestimate him. Even if it's Monaco, do not underestimate him. He's fantastic. So he's definitely one to watch out for. I'm going to be a bit biased. I know the BG lads are quick round there. I know Jake's quick round there. I know Smash is quick. So I expect them to be high up also. But, I don't know who the other BRL driver is. I think, is it João Pedro? I assume he'd be the other one.
João Pedro is the other BRL driver.
Yeah, I think anything can happen really at Canada. Antoine and Jonas, I believe it is. So, again, quality drivers. You don't know what's going to happen. Anything can happen today. And also there's a high chance of rain at Canada. So.
Oh yes.
So it could depend on and obviously Jake last week took pole in the rain. So.
It's gonna
anything can happen.
It's gonna be interesting, and of course, you are a BDG player. member. So you got Smasher and JKB Racing for you. Are you confident for them to maybe get some good points?
Uh,
Oh god. Oh god. Doesn't sound a lot
I
of
don't know.
confidence.
I never know. I never know with those two. To be honest, yeah. I'll leave it at that.
We'll see what happens. We're still waiting for the drivers to ready up. We've got all. Though we're actually missing one from the lobby.
Just been solved.
Apparently
That problem has just been solved.
All right, so a little rundown of the drivers racing today, and I made it kind of a little bit apparent in the little video. I know the boys in the call didn't hear the video, but the drivers' championship literally means nothing in this league. It's all about the constructors. So racing today we've got, I'll do it by teams. We've got James and Wafer, which is the 2XR boys. We've got the SRT team. We've got Marus and Lifted. In the VRT corner, we've got Oxties, and who did you add, Ben?
VRT. Hang on a second. Leobot.
There we go. For the BTG, we said it was Smasher and JKB. ERL, we got Viper and Theobot. Is it Theobot? How do you pronounce it? Tebow. Why is there an H next to it? Either way, in the FCT, we've got Raven and Lasouche. We've also got, I don't know who the racing points are. Which team are they? I've gone straight out of my head. But anyway,
That is BMG.
BMG.
And it's just Chandler, Sita, and Presto.
Yep, the Shazoo boys, Christo and Ewan, I think they've been in since the start, actually, so hats off to them for staying. The VSR boys, which have really been at the back at the moment, are Antoine and Jonas. Well, I say at the back, no, they've been mid-pack, sorry, my mistake. And then the BRL Brazilian boys, Jonah Pedro and Vicera. I'd say that's a pretty good lineup right there. I love the eerie silence. Now, I just want to ask you boys, because I have a question for you guys.
Yep. Go ahead.
How many of these drivers are official F1 esports race drivers?
Depends what you mean by F1 esports. If you mean by like an actual esports driver, then none of them.
Competed with McLaren Shadow, Red Bull, and all that.
Yeah, I don't think any of them have. Actually, I'm pretty sure Jonas went to the Pro Draft once. I'm trying to think of anyone else, but I can't. I don't think any of them have, to be honest.
Would you? who would you be most likely to see in the proper Pro Draft?
Who's top of the championship? Antoine. Yeah, probably Antoine.
All right, you heard it there. We are still waiting upon just a couple of drivers to ready up. We're gonna Ben. Any last predictions from you?
No, because I'm trying to sort this out still.
Fair enough. We're gonna quickly head over to a mild break while we wait for the drivers to ready up. So stay tuned while the lobby is setting up. Welcome back, everybody. I do apologise for the wait, but the lobby is now loaded and ready to go. So this will be the final words from me as we start into the Canadian Grand Prix. I'll hand you over to Pancakes and Ben.
Yes, thank you very much, Hyper, and yes, we are ready to go then here today for the Canadian Grand Prix. I'm here for my 23rd BDG Pancakes. It's great to see. It's great to see a good number of people here. We have nearly 50 viewers, which is always great to see. Now, Dan, as we have a very nice and dry and very sunny conditions, how are you feeling before this race?
I'm quite nervous to this. I'm quite excited. Anything can happen at Canada. No, I remember ERC last season, Canada. There was just it was absolute mayhem. So I'm actually really quite looking forward to this. And yeah, as far as I know, it's a dry quali.
That's good. That's good to see then. So there's no stupidly bullcrap changing conditions. Now, of course, we'll have the spectators again on our screen because, unfortunately, whatever. I don't know how you want to say it. I'm the lobby host, which of course means that because the spectator glitch happens, the drivers won't drive the track for a minute, so it gives us a minute to talk about how pretty decent this track is. So Canada, decent amount of turns, decent amount of taking place. Of course, main will be the final chicane in the first corner, and the dive bomb hairpin. We'll see how drivers get on today. Obviously, this is quite a wheel-favoured track. There is a pretty decent margin between wheel and pad here. It's about anywhere between 4 to 6 tenths, which is mental. But I was commentating LCR, earlier this season. It was very, very wheel-dominated, but we'll have to see how it goes. Hyper, just turn the game rolling down a sec, mate. We'll see how things are. First driver now coming out of the track. We have an Alfa Romeo for Nosy to Shizuka, maybe? No. Okay, Alpha. So V-Syra, because of course it is. Sarah, first one out on track then here today. Now, Dan, do you think it's possible to get 4 runs in around here?
Well, as far as I'm aware, the strategy is soft, medium, medium. That is the fastest strategy. It could be. I'm sure we'll see something doing like medium to hard, or maybe even a soft, medium, soft, something like that. But I'm pretty confident that soft, medium, medium is the fastest strategy. And to do that, you have to pick balanced, so you get the 2 sets of mediums. Because if you pick softer, you only get 1 set of medium for the race. So I assume people will do 3 runs, and that means you have a lot of spare time during the session. So I assume we will see some slipstream today.
Yeah, I know from what I heard from other people. The winning strategy in LCR was actually Mulder, who did a soft to medium, and he managed to eat, and that was all he did, and he managed to get to the end. So we'll see if anybody who tries to repeat that. The 2 stops definitely look faster, but basically Mulder just held it left to the end of the race. We'll see how things are. And we'll see how things go here today. First lap then just about to be started from Syrah. It has now been started. Dan, take us through Canada.
Canada, I don't know the corners very well, but Syrah coming out of turn 3, I believe it is, coming into a chicane which I'm sure he does not like, and taking a lot of speed. I don't know if he's invalidated. It's quite tight there from Syrah, but if he hasn't, he's done very well there. 19.1 for the first sector. That's the benchmark for everyone. DRS open as early as possible. Coming to a nice, tricky, another chicane, which I'm sure he loves, and misses the apex a little bit there. Doesn't quite take the optimal line. Coming to the hairpin, which is probably within the corners. There isn't a chicane on this track. 100-meter boards. Hits that apex very nicely. The Syrah. Traction on as early as possible, and final chicane, probably one of the most difficult part of the track, and it's very easy to validate here, but let's see how Syrah gets on. Gets through it very nicely, and it's going to be from Mr. Syrah. It's an 8.5 as a banker. Is that what I see? 8.5. Wow.
8.0. Immediately 2 seconds later from Suzuka Lasito. That's to be expected, guys. Expected kind of that for like pole positions. Steve Roddy's taking the final corner pretty terribly. Next up to the line will be, it's a McLaren. It's going to be BDG Smash over as he's starting the lap. So I believe it'll actually be Chandler Sita, former BMG driver. Suzuki and 17.8. We're already into the late 7s. Chandler into the final chicane. What can he do? Yeets his way through, smacks the wall on the exit. Very, very slippery back end there. Chandler up to the line. 1 minute 8.389 goes up into P3. Next up is going to be... I don't even know. I think it might be Wafer. But that's clatters the outside wall. So it's written to it. So yeah, it's going to be XR Wafer on the medium tyres. 19.3 goes slowest of everybody so far. FCC LaSouche goes on to 8.4. I think you can already see the difference between pad and wheel because look how far Ciro's falling down this order. Here our Viper's lap has been invalidated. Jacoby's taking turn 1 now. Smasher's invalidated. Oh, sorry, Smasher is on that. 40.3. Well, sector. No purples right now for Smasher. Winner of a race on Saturday. Gets a little bit loose. Down straight. Let's see what he can do. Guardian on the straight now into the last chicane with War Champions on the outside. Let's see if we'll clap the wall. Beautiful lap chicane for Smasher up to the line. Is it going to be a 7 for him? No, yes it is. 187.882. 13 1,000ths of a second off Ewan.
Yeah, that's expected. I was expecting to see 7 today, and I reckon mid 7, maybe even a low 7 for Polestar, I would assume. But yeah, times people just easing their way into session at the moment, so you're just getting laps in.
Yeah, time's pretty early on these tyres. Jacoby up to the line. It is a 1 minute 7.854, but his lap was invalidated. This Antoine, his lap was also invalidated. So a lot of invalidated lap times early on, which is to be expected. Here at the beginning of the session. Okay, now, so Jake has continued. Wait, didn't he? Continue. He was actually on a slowdown lap and span it. There's Jakey B, which is not particularly the best approach he wanted. It will carry on though. Preston Evans is going ridiculously slowly through a chicane. Isn't the smartest idea. You know what? I think Sarah might actually be doing 4 runs.
You reckon?
I think he'll be close, but I think he might make it.
It is quite easy to do 4 runs around here. I'm pretty sure because obviously the track's like 1 minute 8 is pretty much a lap time, so pretty easy to get 4 runs in. So if he does want to do that, I'm sure he'll have no problem doing that.
Well, we'll see how it goes. XR James, 98.4 in the first sector now. Down to second gear, up to third, up to fourth. Wasn't the greatest cut of him. I think he's on the pad, so might struggle around here a little bit. Yellow flag in the last sector is one of the Ferraris. I believe it's going to leave, however. It is just either Maurice or Lefted going slowly. I don't think there was any particular issue. Oh, no, it wasn't a Ferrari, so it was now for a Mayo. For a Cito.
Yeah. Well, we're still on board
apologies.
with XR James here. Also known as Mr. Boca. You'll probably see pretty much the world record holder around everywhere. So I'll be interested to see how he transfers that pace into here today. XR James, some very suspicious lap times on CT from him, I have to say. He's coming around into the final chicane now. And on the set of medium tyres, quite interesting choice that. I assume he's going for the 1 stop on the medium to hard or something like that, maybe the alternate. And again, I can't quite say, I think it's a 9.4 he set.
Yeah, it's 1 minute 9.488 for XR James, just behind XR Wafer. Now coming into the final chicane comes SRT Maurice, otherwise known as TSR Maurice, also known as friends of TSR Miles. Into the final chicane, down, changing down the gears, very beautifully done actually, very smooth, doesn't bother clubbing the outside wall like everybody else. Up to the line now comes Maurice, it's an 8.647 and it is 9th fastest, just behind Ciro, who is now himself coming up to the line, 4 tenths up, and he goes to 1 minute 8.179. And up into P4.
Yeah, that's very impressive. Like, oh, Casito Pole. Again, I can't see the times. A quality's too low for me.
1 minute 7.646 for Shizuka Lucito.
Wow.
So goes fastest. And then he's up there. Who just improved? Bill Pedro goes up into P4. So Williams 4 from 5, BRL 4 from 5. Very good time there from him so far. With the Shizu 1-2.
That's a big statement that from Shizu.
So well, yeah. I always knew this was going to be some of their best tracks, with it being, of course, course, with it being two drivers on a wheel, otherwise a very, very good wheel track. Sushi's not on a lap, Maurice's not on a lap either. I'm trying to find somebody who actually is. Oxtez might be in the first sector. Now a 19.0.
I'm pretty sure
Oxtez.
Viper's on a lap. I'm looking at this on the stream. Oh no.
Where is Dom? Oh,
Yeah,
never
he's come
mind.
around into the hairpin. He's just locked up, gone quite deep actually. But he's recovered nicely, got quite a nice exit coming out of that hairpin.
Yeah, now
And,
Viper, obviously being on the pad, he's not particularly the best round here. He's been saying himself pretty much all week that he's going to struggle, but charging through the power chicane, clobbers the inside apex. Actually, very nicely done there from Dom. Onto the line, it's not going to be a 7, but it's going to be an early 8. It's a 1 minute 8.266. Aero Viper. I tell you what, that is not bad at all. But back to Oxtez into the power chicane now. Does he about it on the inside? No, he does not. He clobbers. Oh, just kicked out the outside wall. Lost a lot of time in the final corner. It's going to be an 8.414 up to P10. Tyre field separated by 1.8 seconds at the moment. That doesn't really tell the whole story.
yeah, especially with the different strategies. I believe Jacob E's just gone second. 7.7, if I can read that correctly. Is it that?
7.733. Yes, it is. Jackie B. And then VSR Jonas goes just faster than that. 1 minute 7.228 for the German. That is very, very good indeed for him, because Ewan's just starting a lap. Smashes on a lap now. Clobbers the outside wall on the outside of the chicane. Into turn 6 now. Clobbers inside apex. Goes for 7. He's very deep. His smasher. Flat throttle over there. Now got the engine glitch. So that can F off. See who else is on that. FCT Raven, who of course disconnected the last time out in the race. 1 minute 8.044. 8th fastest. Lasouche Source got P6. So FCT, we predicted this to start. Both FCT drivers in front of Syrup. At the moment, there's a big slipstream here. It's being given to BDD Smasher, who's 10th down on his lap. JGB with a massive slipstream into the 5K, 210 miles an hour for Smasher. Yeets this car in. Beautiful drive of the last chicane. Up the line now. What is the time going to be? It's the 1 minute 7.843. Just behind JTB and up into P4.
Yeah, considering he was a tenth and a half down, he recovered that last sector very nice. Personally, I think that's the best I've seen the last chicane done. Very committed. Fantastic,
Yeah.
that from the man from Liverpool, as he sure he'd love me to say. Right.
Ah. My opinion on him has changed.
Go on.
Use your brain. So, Crescito with a good exit out turn 2 now. Charges went out into turn 3 and 4 chicane. A very difficult chicane, very easy to invalidate. Very well done from Crescito. Lobbers the outside wall. Into turn 5, 6, into turn 7 now. Doesn't take too much cover on the inside line. No, he does not. Runs out wide the outside apex of 6. A little bit slow though. Yellow flag in the last sector. Not sure because it was exactly pushing all the slabs. Did not look the quickest into the power chicane now. Sorry, not power chicane, what we're talking about. Yeah, I think he's backed out of this lap, but he hasn't turned up his ERS, which is interesting decision by Concito.
Let's see what the sectors are first, because... Oh, yeah, 1.1 seconds down, you're correct, yeah. It's just sometimes these guys are so smooth, they can be going a lot quicker than you really think. So,
I mean, I watched you and you're all over the place, so it kind of works there. Theo Jaffento, though, makes his way down into the hairpin. I'm insulting a WR Tier 1 winner here. Look at me with only one win to my name, and that guy's got a WR Tier 1. That is still my favourite ever commentary call, by the way, when he went to WR USA. It was absolutely brilliant.
Got lucky the day, though. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
We won't
Jaffento
talk about
into the
that.
chicane. Onto the line. She's still on the tier, mate. Onto the line, it's going to be a 1 minute 7.802 up into P4, unlike me in comms.
Yeah,
Excellent wave perspective as well.
Very impressed with so far this season. Along with Charles Yeto, we're currently on board now. These two very impressed with. Two underdogs, really, this season. And criminally underrated, to be honest, the performance they've put in. So, yeah, that's what I'd say about those two.
Chandler, criminal?
Criminally underrated.
Not
Not criminal. Not a criminal. Criminally underrated.
That a little bit of cutout on your mic. I just want to
Yeah.
handle a criminal.
Yeah, no, he's not. Yeah, ignore that. Yeah.
No,
Move on.
he's not Hawks.
Yeah, enough said about that.
Yeah. Enough slidings over.
Yeah,
Virtual Hawks
Yeah.
says, making his
if I
way down
speak, I'm
straight
in big
down.
trouble.
Well,
Yeah.
oh dear. Virtual Hawks says, making his way down into the hair, but he's too tough down his lap. That is pretty much his lap gone. Or else, dear. Left in a bit of extra to go out on a flying lap. Don't think anybody else is, to my knowledge. You and then jump at the I believe on slow down laps. Yeah, both of them are. So it will be, left to make a last gasp attempt at a flying lap. DRS wide open now. He's going to get a bit of slipstream from the car in front of him, Preston Evans, or maybe only a couple of seconds, but enough to possibly get him another mile per hour into the final chicane. Lobbies the car in. Smacks the wall on the exit as everybody else has done. Didn't validate his time. Probably damages his wing a little bit though, and it is a 1 minute 8.120 for P11 at the moment.
Yeah, I really like the way these guys take the final chicane. It's so committed. It's fantastic, I have to say. And I believe Cressita's just invalidated his lap, but I think he's starting another one though. And I don't know if that's his third or fourth run this session.
No, he's just invalidated again.
Ah.
Now, I'll tell you who is on the lap. It is Syra, who was 10th up in the first sector alone. He really has to get a good result here at the moment, because, yeah, the edge I played those in P4, but I don't think he himself has actually had that good result so far this season. He's not really been... Obviously, you nicked the win off him in round 1. He's just invalidated again, Syra.
He won at Netherlands quite convincingly, so you could argue
Yeah,
otherwise.
nice
He's second in the championship, but obviously for Syra's standards, you know, as everyone expects
I mean,
him to.
being second in the championship for Syra is like, it's like shooting his pet in front of him. He won't have it.
So
He
he's got a
turns into
tricky task
angry
this season.
Syra if he's nothing other than first. Which, don't get me wrong, angry Syra is absolutely brilliant to commentate over.
It is, and being BDG Smasher, not BMG Smasher, what am I on about anyway? Can't say that.
4
And,
tenths
coming
up
in
on his
second.
time,
Wow.
coming into the
4
hairpin.
tenths up.
Gets very loose on the exit, making his way down onto the pit straight. What can he do then? Hero T-Balls, by the way, is just at a 7.9 on the medium tyres.
Wow.
T-Ball,
That's impressive.
you mental lad. His advantage Kate comes, smashed and he's validated.
Oh, he's invalidated.
And that'll be his
Oh,
next
he's
lap
gonna kick
invalidated as
himself for that
well.
one.
He will have enough time to slow everything down and go again.
No,
But that
I
is
think he's
not
backed
good
off.
for him. He'll have time on this lap to slow everything down and go again, but let's go then. Oh!
Oh, Antoine's been...
BSR Antoine
Yeah,
has been
we just
Eh?
caught it on stream. So he went in the pits. I think he spun, actually, on the chicane or something, and he was sideways. And obviously the final chicane is just right next to the pits. He's come sideways. He's come in front of Tebow, and stops in front of the pit lane. And
Well-
Tebow had nowhere to go. And he's been disqualified. That's not good news for VSR. You know,
Oh,
at the
course
moment, at
not.
the front, it's looking like a 3-horse race between VSR, BG, and BRL. But the way Shizuoka are qualifying at the moment, it could change into a 4-horse race. You know, after today, they're looking very, very strong indeed. And
FCT Lasouche goes over to P9 as Curacito goes even faster up onto pole position for now. SR Jonas into the final chicane. Can he improve enough to potentially take pole position away from Curacito? Chandler Sita goes P2, 1 minute 7.6. Big smack of the wall for Jonas. A decent exit onto the straight. VSR Jonas 6.3, not good enough, stays P3. Vero Giampetolo does improve his lap time and his position, goes over to P4. Bash has gone straight out of the first chicane. Syra's invalidated. Syra will start outside of the top 10. Wafer's coming into the hairpin now. He's not going to. Well, he's improving, but will he improve his position? That is the question. XL James is into the final corner now. Clobbers the curbs. Then he gets on the outside wall. Syra's definitely retired, so that is definitely confirmed. Syra will start P11. James over the line. He is going to be P18 for him. Well, that is going to be P18 because nobody's going to improve. Wafer goes into the final chicane. This will be his final time. What can Wafer do? XL Wafer goes P9. I made the best BDG. I made the best XR qualifying of the season. Very good.
As he
start
gets
from him
knocked down to
there.
P10.
Yes. FCT Raven improves to P8. I don't care. That's actually a very good result there from Wade Robin P10.
And is that
wait
it
for
for
Jonas.
qualifying?
Yep, just wait for Jonas to come into the pit lane. I'm going to
Right.
quickly let you wrap up. I'm going to let you wrap up qualifying because I badly need to go to the toilet.
Right, no worries. Yeah, no, I'm really interested to see what strategy these guys outside the top 10 go for, because they're going to have to go for something different. You know, they can't just stick on the same strategy as the top 10, because obviously track position at Canada, it's similar to Australia, to be honest, it's Canada. It's quite underrated at how hard it is to overtake round there. But yeah, especially for these Zeros, you know, that's a big name outside the top 10. And Oxtez as well, he's had a fantastic season, down in 17th, and of course Antoine getting disqualified. You just see what strategy they go for. One stop, medium, soft. I don't know what these guys are going to go for, honestly. So interested to see that. But Crescito and Chan on the front row again, and it's not the first time this season we've seen that. And as we're just waiting for the results to come up, so it's Crescito on pole by 10th of the second. He pretty much dominated that session, and fantastic. From the Frenchman, Crescito on pole, Chandisia in second, VSO Jonas third, Joao Pedro fourth, Jakey B fifth, Smash at sixth, Ewan seventh, Raven eighth. I mean, you can read it, you can see the rest, you know, scroll through, and yeah, I'm sure I don't need to read that out for you. I'm sure you can all read. And yeah, but one thing that is interesting to me is Eero Tebow 9th on the mediums. That might be a pole in itself. That might be a pole up in itself. Not gonna lie, 7-9. I mean, that is impressive from Tebow. He's inside the top 10, so he will be starting on them mediums in the session. But yeah, we're just loading in to the race. I'm interested to see what the conditions are, because kind of a high chance of rain, and it's dry. But yeah, again, things can change towards the end of the race, like we've seen at China this season, where it rained towards the end, and that meant Ewan won the race from strategy. And yeah, just lets in. Maybe adjusting the front wing on the setup, lowering the fuel up in the fuel, getting the final tweaks before the race starts are the drivers now. And got plenty of time. Before the session starts. And there we go, session starts. Countdown in 30 seconds coming on, so just get on with it now. Fed up all this waiting around. It's pretty boring, but I'm sure we're just here just to watch a bit of a racing, because I certainly am. No one wants to listen here, see me just chatting. But yeah, actually, I'm going to take this time to apologise to every single person here. Not for anything particular, just in general, as I like to say all the time. So I had to get that in. Yeah, once again, I apologise. And coming up to the formation lap, surely, finally we got formation lap. And qualifying's been a bit upside down for everyone, not gonna lie. And I wouldn't say there's one specific team who's had the best qualifying. I mean, you could argue Shazoo with 1st and 7th. Maybe BRL with one inside the top 10 and 4th, one outside, and the alternate strategy. So we've got the strategies here. So we got obviously everyone inside the top 10 is on softs except Tebow. I think Sira's gone on hards. If I see that correctly, is he on hards? I'm pretty sure that's hards. The quality's quite low, and I think everyone else except Antoine is on mediums. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure you've just got back, Ben.
Yeah. I'm never going to toilet midstream again. Yeah, so Syrah is on the hot. Syrah is on the hard. This is mediums for everybody. Sorry, so Syrah and Antoine are on the hards. Everybody else is on the medium tires. Now, when I
And
speak to Syrah
Lasouche on
last
softs.
night, there is one guy on softs, and that's Lasouche.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
and T-Ball's on mediums
Yeah.
as well. Yeah. So we'll see how things go. Well, my confidence isn't very high in this being a good race, but we'll see how it. We'll see. We've got a very combustible front row of Chandler and Crescito, because that could only end well. We've
Right,
got
let's
us
just get on
behind
with it.
Jump
Who's
Head
gonna win? Who's gonna win?
Who's gonna win? Who's gonna
Who's
win?
gonna win?
Who's gonna win? I'm gonna say Eero T-Ball.
Oh, it's a good shout, you know.
Being on those medium tires, the highest scale of the medium tires, as long as he can avoid damage at turn 1, genuinely, I think he can win this. I'm not gonna give the rest of the podium simply as all the drivers are pairing up now, and it's time to get ready then for the SRC Canadian Grand Prix here. It's gonna be very, very interesting as the drivers all finished lining up in place. Verso Antoine slowly into his grid slot. Crescito on the right, Chandler on the left with 5 red lines. And eventually, possibly, maybe, come on, I ain't got all gear. Lights are now probably over the drivers, and we are underway.
Predictive strategies, though.
For the Canadian Grand Prix. Yeah, that's what we had for about a decade.
And Chom's got a fantastic
Crescito
start.
with a giant send. Crescito makes contact with Chandler, and Crescito does make the lead. No, it's Chandler. Chandler leads. Crescito second. Now they're on the side by side. Side by side into turn 1. Chandler backs out. Crescito throws the axe in the background. Presto Evans out of the race. 0-5 is to the back of the field. Good start there from Chandler, who leads. Crescito second. Jonas third. Jarapetano fourth. 5th JKB. 6th Smasher. 7th Ewan. 8th T-Ball. 9th Wave, but 10th Raven. 11th Syrah. 12th left to 13th Buddies. 14th last finish. 15th Oxford. 16th left James. 17th Antoine. 18th Viper. What the hell has happened to Presto?
God knows, I'm surprised it's not a safety car. They let one instant.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oxford's going at it side by side. Oxford has got him. On the field though. Jonas straight away outside of Crescito. Crescito leads him absolutely dog all for a big slide from Jonas. It's down the inside with looking JKB. Trying to get past Biro Jambendalo. Still might be trying to get past me, so Jonas here on the first lap. Jonas using all the slipstream of the car in front. No way through for Jambendalo. Into the far chicane. After seeing good exit from JKB. Pardon me.
Can you see it? I don't know if the TAS is working, but can we see if JK has damage? Surely that would be a pretty big thing in this race and the championship, to be honest. But that was a pretty big punt from Jay, wasn't it? That was, yeah. I would expect him to have damage from that, which is not good for him in his race. And
yeah, it's not any damage in this track is pretty much hell.
exactly.
So it's too much slow speed. You lose too much time. So Lasouche has damage, and Presto Evans just completely got decimated. There might be enough damage between Lasouche and Presto that caused the issue.
Was Viper involved because he's dropped to the back of the field as
I
well?
wonder if he just took avoiding action.
Yeah. Yeah, very impressive start from TV. Your race winner.
Oh, Sarah's had an issue.
Oh, 17 again.
Yeah.
What's happened to him?
Yeah, I don't know what's happened to Sarah, but he's fallen to the back of the field. As now, Eero Viper's all over the back of him. Pan versus Paddy to the far chicane. If Viper goes for this, this isn't the smartest idea. He goes full send. Viper through over the position. But he falls down to P18.
Jonas
Well.
is the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. Behind Crescito at the moment. So Chandler, Crescito, and Jonas Chapentalo, who could be Smasher. With Ewan right behind Smasher. Race just starting to calm down.
Go on.
Race just starting to calm down a little bit here.
It's just one fat DRS train, isn't it?
Yeah.
As
That's
usual
pretty-
in these F1
yeah.
games, just
I
DRS
mean,
trains. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see an early pit stopper, to be honest.
Okay.
I can see it
Well,
coming,
that's not
especially from someone like Shizuru, and who's got nothing to lose in that DRS train in 7th place.
Just watch Maurice come out of the pit lane. He's gone straight on at the first corner and got even more damage.
Oh.
He's done
I should
Yano
laugh.
truly from 2008.
Yeah. That's not good for SRT.
Well, no, both drivers without the points. I believe they only got their first points the other day. So, Chandler with a gap of 7 tenths now over Crescito. Gap, well, it's actually a bit more than that. It's actually 9 tenths of a second.
And Uwin is all over the back. Rob
Yeah,
Smasher, he might go for a lunge into turn 1. Thinks better of it.
Yeah, it's not particularly smart to be sending lunges this far on. One thing you don't want to do is make an overtake and then lose the DRS straight, because at that point you're a bit of an idiot. Because if anything, you're just ruining yourself and all the guys behind you, which isn't the end of the world if that person behind you is a massive rival. But
well, I think Jonas is up the inside of Crescito.
Oh, yes, he is.
Standings. Yeah, here we go. I think they're side by side. I think Jonas has actually got the move done.
Oh, Vero Giampendolo getting very, very close. Gets put in the wall by Crescito. Jesus, that was very, very close to contact. And now big one for Giampendolo to the outside. He knows he'll get nearest on the straight. He'll go around the outside. Will it make it stick? Crescito sends him for the curb. Understeers wide. Nearly puts him in the barrier. Goes Crescito. Good exit here for Giampendolo though. Will Jonas stay to the inside line? Will potentially give Slishy? No, he's pretty comfortable actually. For Giampendolo. Behind.
Jacob B
now
get
pulls
involved
out.
there.
Jake's got through. Jacob B through. No, Jacob B in the pit lane. Lap 4. Jacob B gets through and goes into the pits. Followed by Crescito. And Crescito. Hang on, he's got a penalty.
For a collision with Jacob B.
Timo and Ewan side by side go for turn 2. Gets very, very close. Timo with a massive slam. So does Ewan. Timo is through him in P5.
Wow. 5th place in that mediums. Timo is looking very strong in this race. It's apparently left, right, centre in this race. And I think someone's going to have to get a notepad and write them down for me in the chat, because I'm going to keep up with that.
Check your Xbox. So, Smasher has pretty much fallen out of DRS now of Giampendolo himself. I think Smasher might have potentially have knocked his wing a little bit. He does seem to understand quite a lot. See if I can just notice anything. No, he's alright. So, he's alright, but Timo is all over the back of the medium tyres. I think the medium is just working exceptionally well right now. As SCT Raven and SRT left to go side by side. Maurice is already out of the race and trying to the chicane. Any side of a safety car, I don't believe so. I think his safety car is still on, which is, I said this last time, which is still not particularly the best idea. Chandler in from the lead. Jonas follows. So does Smasher. Everybody's basically coming to the pits. And then lap 4. Lap 4, we are seeing pit stops here today. It is mental, it is early, but you know what? It's just this track. Giampendolo leads there. Timo second, wait for third. Left and fourth, upstairs.
Side by side. And lefted round the outside. Ooh, I think he's got the move done. And the Irishman said, top of the morning to you. Let's get his fast says there.
Yeah, let's guess.
Sorry, that wasn't.
Let's guess past
That was
says.
not funny. Yeah.
Nah, you're fine. It had Schumer to it. It was fine. No. Don't you even there. So, one of the minor miracles of this race is Sarah in P10 at the moment on the hard car by the tyres. With Antoine in front of him. Do you think the hards should start with no speed? That's what I'm seeing right now. It's just the hards can't seem to make any valid impression. As into the pits comes Giampendolo. No, he does not. Giampendolo stays out. Sorry, I thought he was going in. Wafer comes in.
Yeah.
And we'll be heading on to the mediums.
Interesting to know though, is Joao Pedro and is staying out.
David Lasouche.
He's staying out on them softs. I find that interesting. You think he's going for something different?
I think he's going soft. I think he's going soft hard.
Yeah,
I think
maybe soft hard. He's going for a slightly different approach. So Jacob sets the fastest lap, and is all over the back of Jonas now. But crucially in this race, Chandler, 2 seconds gap already to second, well, to net seconds. You would think in this race.
And as you say that,
Don't tell me
Chandler
I've jinxed
disconnects
it.
from the session.
You're joking.
Oh.
That's a shame.
Dear.
Let me
Doing
invite
it
him.
now, right?
That's not nice.
I'm just doing it now.
I won't invite him.
Dear.
Yeah, let me
So-
try it through party.
I've already done it, Dan. I've already done it, mate.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So, Chandler disconnects. He's already lost 7 tenths to Jonas. Cruel look. Can slap anybody in the face.
Drop out your pits.
Yeah, Japetelo in. Oxtez with a time penalty. If you want to keep up with us for penalties, that'd be a great idea. Obviously, we have the system in game, but we don't. In chat, but we can't honestly keep up with that sometimes ourselves in the com box. So we'll see how things go. So that's going to the lead now. Jonas hasn't quite got through yet. Japetelo has come out.
This
on the
could be dangerous. If Chandler joins the session now, this could be very dangerous. Not going to lie.
He's in. Chandler's in. No, he's not.
He's in the session. He's still the AI.
Yeah, he's in the session, but he's still the AI. He's lost 1, 2, 3 places already.
Oh, that's not
Jonas
nice.
is through. Jacob B's through. Ewan now goes through. Oh dear.
Oh, I feel so
Now
bad.
he's gone
Mate.
Japetelo
He's done
as
everything
well.
perfect.
Yeah. Not going to indeed. Oh, Chandler's back.
Oh!
Back and Raven smacked. And now understairs into the
Oh,
barrier.
in the wall.
Gets collected by Wafer.
Yeah, so this is what I was saying about when he rejoins the sessions, he's joining, right back in traffic. It's quite a dangerous place, and unless it's a safety car, his races, he's going to struggle to get points from here.
What could be worse is if he has the FPS issue.
Yeah, that is very likely. He probably does have that issue, yeah, and really not worked out for him. And I'm actually gutted for him, to be honest.
So, this leads in your current order. ERL Timo in the lead. VLT Officers in second. ST left in third. Fourth, EXL James. Fifth, ERL Viper. Sixth, Baseline Sword. Seventh, Sierra. The rest was Flood and Chandler retired in the pit lane for pretty obvious reasons.
Yeah. And I just didn't get to lead there. I don't know how much you know about how long a pit stop is here. But Tebow, 13.2 seconds to VSR Jonas.
It's about 15 seconds. I just saw a very nice message from Alex Degu. That's just it's made me laugh, so that's great.
Yeah.
Cheers, Degu. So the gap to the leader leaves it being 13 seconds.
Yeah.
And then
But of
moment
course,
to Jonas.
You've got to remember, they are coming up to traffic.
Yeah. And also, I think Tebow's one-stopping. Pretty confident saying he's one-stopping mediums to hards.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure as well.
So, if he's doing that, this might get pretty interesting for him. My main thing right now is, what is Antoine and Sierra doing? Because I think they're going on to softs at the end of the race, which they will be able to do.
Soft or mediums, you would have thought from there.
Yeah. It's a good idea, but I still think it's going to work, right?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting which one they go to, because obviously the mediums aren't quite as initially as fast as the softs, but they're quite a lot more durable as the softs. As you saw from the early pit stops, the softs do go off very early, and 12.9 between Jonas and Tebow, that gap is hardly coming down.
No, it's.
Yeah.
I'm just going to have a quick look. What are the lap times like between them? So T-Bone on the last lap did 11.8. Jonas stayed at 11.2. So the gap's just coming down by 6 times a lap. So maybe we're both just looking. Here comes Eros. Here comes Viper down the inside.
No, Jacob B.
On James and Flash Kane. And Jacob B has got Jonas. Yeah, it was just
Sorry
coming
to
through.
interrupt you,
So
that was quite crucial.
yeah. But Seatop picks up the time penalty, but Jake going through, up on Jonas. Also, James has had Antoine as well in that. So that's very...
It's going to be difficult to keep up with where everyone really is in this race. It's a race of strategy, isn't it? So we won't really know until about lap 30 where everyone is. Penalty situations as well, because I've seen about, on my screen, in 11 laps, I've seen about 20 penalties already. You know, it's so easy to get a penalty around here. So,
as hang on. XR James just forgot what's the racetrack. Now this side will go Sarah at the hairpin.
He's just gone board with him. I want to see him.
I'm
already on board with him. What am I on about? I'm in a different planet.
You mad. James, Sarah nearest now. Side by side with James. Sarah goes through then up into P6 at the moment. Now though, this is the crucial thing. Jacob B, Jonas, Smashers, Ewan, Japetelo, all these guys in the DRS train are now about to hit what is an absolute cluster F of traffic.
Yeah, and this could be race changing, to be honest.
It is
Almost
already.
gets very close back of XR James, and this is not what he wants now. It really is not what he wants.
The longer he's stuck behind, the more problems it could be. Smasher's got past Ewan. Sorry, Ewan's got past Smasher. As now down the
And Jake
inside
sends it.
goes Jake, makes a bit of contact with James. Jonas goes round the outside. Again, a little bit more contact. Ewan want to come through now as soon as possible. Jonas is thinking about potentially a move with Jakey B, maybe not. James is getting a bit of the way round the outside. Will go Ewan. Goes into another lane, no, he does not. Ewan goes through. And so as well will go Smasher. XR James getting absolutely swallowed here, but it's crucial he's bringing all the leaders together.
And yeah,
Sarah has
Smasher sends it on.
Oh, hello.
Oh, how about it? Oh my
Got
God!
him.
What is going on?
Right
Yeah,
round the
'cause-
outside. Goes Billy Smasher.
Blimey.
And he's through up into what is effectively P3 after the drivers have made a pit stop. Jack Pentelo's gone through as well. James
Oh,
I
free
think he's
wide.
just letting people through. Hello, what the hell is happening?
Uh-oh.
What the hell was that? I don't even know. Jack Pentelo has fallen behind Raven. And standing in front. Jamie down the inside and Sarah. Sarah trying to hold it on the outside. Jake shoves him. Sarah contacts
Sarah's
Sarah
round.
round. Sarah's round. And what was a bad race?
God.
Gets even worse. For me, Syra, I didn't quite see the full instant. I just saw him get half spun.
So it was one of them. Jake sends it down the inside, pushes
Antoine,
to the wide.
down the
and
inside of
there's
Aero
space.
Viper, just about a Jakey B. This is not what he wants particularly if you're seeing right now. Two very aggressive drivers going at it. And this is what,
Going on.
this is not what we want to
This
see
is
at all.
music.
This
to
is
Aero T
pretty
is.
chaos, and I like pretty chaos.
Aero T will be loving this right now. The gap between him and Jacob is
Oh, yeah.
13.7.
Here comes Antoine again, down the inside to the hairpin. Break to the same point, both of them with a bit of a lock-up. Now they bang wheels. Good exit from Viper on the medium tyres. Pieces on ahead of Antoine. Charging down the straight. I don't think it's going to belong to Viper. Comes in. The Viper's actually got no ERS at all. And now Antoine to the outside line with a bit more ERS. Gets the position in front of Aero Viper. Jacob B just behind. This is not what Jake wants to be seeing. And if I was Viper, big mistake from Jacob B. Big mistake. Losing the back end. Side by side goes Jonas to the outside. They nearly make contact. Jake holds on for now.
Let's take a breath. I haven't said anything, but I still need to take a breath. I've said absolutely nothing in the last 2 minutes, but I still need to take a humongous breath. That is. Oh, well, this is, yeah, like you say, this is chaos. And again, 14.1 seconds. This just allows Tebow to keep pulling away. This is music to his ears right now. And the way it goes, when Tebow pits, he'll come out ahead of these lot at this rate.
Potentially so. Viper gets past, sorry, Jacob B gets past Viper. That's fairly crucial because we know Dom is one of these people who will defend every single position till the very dying breath. He's going to defend here still. They bang wheels again. Viper and Antoine. Pressure to Antoine? Viper and Jonas. And now Jakey B, he's actually giving slips to Jonas here. Well, he's taking his face to the line actually. And now Smasher. Smasher an optimistic move. When he sends it on Jonas as well. It's going to be a disaster. Decides to back out of it. Smasher gets it.
I should be laughing. It's not funny.
Oh no, you should be.
It's really not funny, but like this, I've just seen 3 wide into the final chicane. I don't know what to think of that.
You see
these
that in
people
5
are-
lappers,
this-
or
you know,
when people are very, very
yeah,
drunk.
This is a 5-lap lobby. What on earth is going on here? But it's working. I don't know. They're getting through the field as really quickly. I didn't expect that at all, to be honest. And I think Jakey B, he's got Antoine in front of him, which of course is Jonas' teammate. So that will be interesting.
If
to
I
see
was
how
Antoine, I'd go
defends that.
move.
Yeah.
I defend like I'm defending from, I don't know, some random crackhead.
Yeah,
Just,
I mean,
just
well,
defend
Jake
it
is a
from
crackhead. Jake,
insert sweaty man here. So
yeah. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see how he defends there. And of course, if he can get past Antoine, there's a huge gap between him and lefted. So
gives him gap set lap times in.
exactly. So you know, looking at Aero Tebow looking very pretty in this race. Who pits actually from the lead.
Tebow in. 20 to go, so that means he'll probably be going on the hard tyres now. We'll just double check to see if he does. Yeah, hard tyres going off Tebow. It's a 5k comes Antoine. Jacob B, no really pressure made yet. Tebow coming down the pit lane. So through goes the field. Ewan is escaped from the session. He's not good for him. Got to see where Tebow comes out first though. bit of acceleration. He's going to be at the back of the DRS train on the hard carbon tyres, but crucially, does not have to make another pit stop. Now, Yona's been re-invited, so...
I'm so sorry, I've
He'll
had
be
my
able
mic
to
on
kick
mute.
You.
Yeah, I've just been.
Lost on my
Yeah, I was just saying about Tivo, how he's only 3 seconds off the lead.
Penalty.
That could be crucial in this race now.
Yep.
We need to say penalties would be
Yeah.
could be the deciding
Let's
factor
have a
in
look
this
at
race.
the major contenders in this race. JKB somehow has 4 warnings and no penalty. In there, most of the collisions. Jonas has
Yeah,
a single warning. Big look from T-Bolt. Smasher is completely scot-free. Japedalo has a penalty. And T-Bolt now has a penalty. So, crucially there, Smasher and Jonas in very good positions. Jake on his last warning.
I'm actually checking now, and Jake has 2 collisions for instance, 1 for track limits. I'm just going through it now. And the other one, yeah, again for track limits. So yeah, he's on his final warning. I'm sorry, I'm so
Jakey
sorry.
down the
but we missed that.
outside of Antoine. Should get him on the exit here. Antoine, though, he's holding it on the outside. Jake, though, forced him, squeezed him still a bit there. Chandler's gone again. But then again, no too surprised.
Yeah,
Immediately,
he's expected.
Antoine lets Jonas through. Smash is trying to send it down the inside. No room there.
And yeah,
There.
I don't know what's going on my screen. I've just seen China get a 5-second time penalty for speeding. So I don't know where I'm
think
behind.
he's-
But he's DNF'd.
Oh.
He's also DNF'd on my screen, so I don't know what to think of that. But yeah, Jake he's pulled out quite a big gap actually. Really trying to get out of the DRS is JKB, and he's gone quite deep into that corner. But I can't see the gaps. Can you see the gaps? But it looked quite big.
No,
to me.
gap's not on screen at the moment. We've got to wait to people across the line. I think, however, the gap should only be about, I think it's about 7/10 of a second, roughly.
Yeah, it looks like that, doesn't it?
Look at it visually, it looks about 7/10.
Yellow
So
flag
yeah,
sector
back in the
3.
last sector, it is Ewan. I believe he's come back with potentially with the spectator glitch.
Yeah,
Just by the fact he's going very
Frank was-
slowly.
yeah.
Antoine comes into the pits on lap 18. And that will be for the medium tyres to the end of the race.
Yeah. And I think this race will slow down a little bit now.
Yeah,
Until the pit
certainly
stops.
so.
Actually, I said I think pit
It's
stops are
pretty
coming up
much-
very soon.
Yeah, they will be.
They will be pitting again very soon. So
Yeah, it'd be a set of medium tyres going on most of these drivers again. So, let's see when they make said pit stop.
I've just been reminded from Excite Ablet that Tebow actually has a 5-second time penalty from Spain.
Did he?
That's what I've been told. Did he even race at Spain?
So,
Actually, no. It might have been for another ERL driver, and Tebow's taking their places for
Well,
5 seconds.
Tebow 5 seconds added to race. No, it's added to his race time for instant.
At Spain.
I don't know. Actually, O'Neill, can you? I know you're watching me. Could you just confirm anything about that, please? To me,
Yeah,
just
we got
scores,
Jonas
that'd
and
be great.
Smasher in the pits, by the way.
So that is,
Jake-
yes, Jonas in, same with Smash. This would be a fresh set of medium tyres for the both of them. Yes, it is. No way you can take hard 16 laps. Sorry, not hard, soft 16 laps. He'd be driving on the equivalent of,
Mental.
yeah. Actually, yeah, we'll just stick with mental. Instead of trying to think of crappy algorithms. What algorithms? What the hell am I talking about today? I'm losing my mind.
There's Biro Joao Pedro, it's fastest lap of the race. And he
Oh,
knows this is-
Cusito trying to send it on his brother. FCT Raven, who is defending brilliantly. Little bit of contact there between the two. Cusito now charging down the straight. Doesn't think about making the move. No, does not. It's very, very close though. Raven isn't going very quickly right now, but he's defending for his goddamn life.
Oh!
But Cusito, big send! And Raven,
And
Goes to
Raven's off to
Narnia.
Narnia. Don't know where he's gone, but he's I've enough of this. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna drive off track, let the Seuss go, and I think the Seuss actually might get the run on Crescito here. No, they both got DRS. Yeah, I can't see that happening. And is Jake pitted? No, Jake hasn't pitted. Neither is Tebow. Tebow, by the way, has just got past Joao Pedro on the hards, who has
Yeah.
to go to the end. Who was absolutely flying in this race.
so T-Bolt, so I've just got the confirmation from O'Neill Yeah, that 5 seconds is for this race for Tebow.
Yeah.
So whatever happens in this race, Tebow will have 5 seconds added on to his time, which,
Plus
on a
the
personal
penalties
level,
already
that's
got.
really annoying.
So realistically, he's going to be losing about 8 seconds
Yeah.
from where he's on track, which is really a shame.
It really depends on how much he can pull on these guys. He gains it now on Jakey B. It's a chicane now. Jakey B with a big lose at the back end. Tebow, he's behind the DRS detection line. Doesn't go for the move. Stays on the outside line. Stays on the outside line. Trying to go all the way round. Still there. Nearly gets to the move done. Big lock up from Jake though. I don't know how he managed to lock up there, but that's okay. Bit of a wiggle from the pair of them. And now onto the straight. Big run for Tebow. Jake stays to the inside, and through goes Tebow up into P3. And Jake comes into the pits, nearly speeds.
Oof. These guys are on the absolute limit.
I think Oxtez,
Yeah.
I think Oxtez has gone into the softs, Look how far he's got into this race.
What tyres are
Those
he on? Tyres or
tyres-
mediums?
He's on the mediums.
Mediums. Yeah, well, he's in the Suzuki Mulder in LCR, as you say.
Well, Mulder was the other way round.
Just keeping out of the carnage.
Yeah.
And doing a fantastic job. I think that's been his speciality this season, just keeping out of the trouble and picking up places. And it looks like he's aiming to do the same today.
So Jake has come out behind Viper.
And Jonas, and Smasher, and Antoine.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. I don't know how he's managed that. Because he's not just behind them, he's 4.3 seconds behind them.
Behind the
So
guys
did he-
on soft combat tyres.
He must have got held in the pits or something. Something's gone wrong for Jake.
I don't remember seeing anything about wing damage or anything like that.
No.
So
Yeah.
it must just be the straight up undercut. As Oxtez finally comes through the pit lane with 14 to go, I think he could probably make that on softs potentially. I mean, he's gonna have to unless he goes into the meat. Yeah, no, soft tyres go on. Is that what Joe Pantalo's gonna do? Is he gonna go on softs as well? No, decides to go on the mediums.
Yeah.
So Tebow goes through there with 8-second lead over Crescito, who is in P2. He's still out there on his medium tyres. Behind this Antoine, who is now P3. Jonas just behind him.
I believe Antoine's going to the end as well.
Yeah, he will be. He's
Yeah,
just
he
picked
is.
the tyre penalty as well. Just about double checking he's got any penalties. That was his
He's pretty
first
much on the
penalty.
same strategy. He's on the same strategy as Jonas
Yeah.
and Jake and Smasher because he's only got one holder tyres than Jonas and Smasher.
And he started on the hards.
Yeah, so he's done fantastic in this race, Antoine. So you could argue he's the net leader.
Yeah. And the thing is, well, look at this. Look at where Oxtez has come out. He's come out right behind Jake. Oxtez is in a very, very good position here himself on the soft cop out of tyres.
Wow. Yeah, like I said, just kept it out there, kept it out of trouble. And, wow.
Now let's see how much defence we have here as Smasher plays lefted, who's also very wide lefted, is also the same strategy. As Jonas gets let through by his teammate. That's quite smart, actually.
You see it pits?
Yeah, so
Would that
go
be
in,
for
so the
softs?
gap. That will definitely be the softs, I think.
Yeah. Well, that's
So
the
the
thing.
gap-
I think that's
Go on.
probably what's happened here. He's gone for four.
Yeah.
He's gone for 4 runs in qualifying.
Mm.
Not 3, so he hasn't got an extra set of mediums like these guys
Yeah.
do. So.
SC left with a time penalty down in P5. So Tebow needs an 8-second lead over Jonas, which at the moment he has with a 10-second lead. Jonas is on 2 warnings, so one mistake, however, from the German could change this race entirely. Smasher behind, I believe still is completely. He's on 2 about it.
Yeah, he's got. He definitely he's actually had a warning. Yeah. Crucial though, Anton does have a penalty.
Yeah, so Antoine, of course, just sit here and P3 on a penalty, so that's a 5-second cap needed for Tebow over Antoine, which he should easily keep with 12 laps to go. So at the moment, here are set for their first win of the season, and I'm starting to get a bit nervous now. As Jake clears lefted, Oxtez now clears lefted. Just jump ahead to the follow through with Sarah's down P9.
Yeah, I believe he's going to end the race. He's on very old
Yeah.
mediums.
He'll still be at the end though. Yellow flag in the last sector. Oh, somebody is FCT Raven has died on a straight.
Oh, I've got yellow flags everywhere. Is that a safety car or something? Let's slow
Virtual
down.
safety car.
Virtual safety car. Right, okay. Well, that helps people like Tebow. That's crucial. Also,
No.
knowing Home Masters, there could be glitches that happen here. I'm expecting to see one drive-through somewhere here. It always happens. There's always one.
Yeah.
There's always one in Git that gets a drive
So-
penalty.
Wafer goes onto a fresh set of medium tyres down in P13 and actually retires from the session. I think he wants it stops. See if anybody ends up with a crappy drive-through. Ends up ruining their entire race. We'll have to see. We've just hit 2/3 distance. So a little bit of question to the chat. With 2/3 difference to go, who's winning this race then? Same question to you, Dan.
Tebow. Tebow's winning this race.
I
Can't say the
can't
other
bet
order.
against him because I'll probably get fired for it. So that's obviously a joke. I won't actually get fired, but
No.
I predicted him at the start, and he's winning. And I thoroughly
He
believe
can't
he can at
comfortably
least
winning. He's not
Yeah.
just winning. He's absolutely dominated this race. He's
zero with his
driven it to
second time
perfection
penalty.
so far.
Yeah, exactly. He's driven it like he used to. He did it first round of VRL. T-Bowl rocked up, won it. Now he's got used to his fan attack. Now he's really pushing it now, T-Bowl, and. You know what, this strategy, it's worked out really well for himself. But Jonas with the penalty! There you go!
That's
Jonas
crucial in this
now
race.
needs 5.3 seconds to overhaul Hero T-Bowl for this race win. But technically, he won't even get on track.
Yeah, well,
So
as it
offset-
stands, it would be Smasher who gets second.
Yes, Crescito has like that. Now Crescito has ended up leaving the session. People are not.
Which is really not what they need, VSR. They need to be beating BBG. You know, they want it to stay 2-3. And it's really not helped them. But obviously, Jacob B, who's also on 2 warnings, I believe.
Down the
And
inside goes
speaking of Jacob
Oxtez.
B,
Into the fire chicane. Oxtez has 6 seconds, I will point out to the viewers. So it's not
Right,
good there for
okay,
him. But that move from Oxtez, he's charging though on those soft tyres.
and what's on to Antoine?
Smasher and Antoine! Smasher off spins on Antoine's tyre. Yet again, another accident down in turn 1. That one nearly had massive consequences here.
I shouldn't say what's happened to Antoine, but yeah, they were
Yeah,
side by
lovely.
side because I just saw downwards and downwards arrow, so I just assumed he had an accident or something. Yeah. He knows that. He knows that.
So the
Yeah,
yellow
it's now
flag
without 3
just in
seconds.
front of these guys. It's FC Ravens had another spin.
Yeah, it's not been his day, has it?
Not at all.
This is really playing into the favours of VSR and Jonas, because VSR Jonas with that 3-second time penalty, Smasher who doesn't, and Antoine's just holding them up.
So we'll have to see. I mean, in the advantage to Cade comes Antoine and Smasher. Again, Smasher not able to make any sort of impression this time round. Both of them are pretty spent on ERS. T-Boy in front is just chilling when it comes to ERS. That's Jan Pedro. Fastest lap of the race. Down in P7.
Yeah, he's actually just right behind Jacoby in the Oxtez train at the moment, and I think those two are going to be using Oxtez.
Oh, Jan Pedro's in the wall. Jan Pedro in the wall. I was just saying how well he's been driving. Stacks it in the barrier. And BRL.
That is not
potentially-
good for their championship.
No, I was just about
As
to
it
say
stands, VSR will be moving up to first in the championship. VSR, anyway, it won't be BRL at this rate. But obviously, there's still 8 laps to go. Anything can happen, really. You know, these lot could still crash up front,
Well, yeah, that's the.
which isn't unlikely from what I've seen so far in this race. to be honest.
Anybody's going to be near at this point.
Yeah.
I can't seem to find Crescito to re-invite him, which is a bit problematic. Oh, he's just gone offline. Never mind.
That's such a shame for me. He's
Yeah.
put the car on pole, and he's just gone backwards since, which is which is not what he would have wanted today.
Yeah, indeed. Big look up there from Jakey B as he gets past Oxtez yet again. I think Oxtez tyres are now starting to feel a bit damaged. As XR James is currently being lapped. which is not exactly great for him. Gap is down to 9.2 with 7 to go.
Cyril
By
Pitts.
hot.
At this rate, from what I'm seeing here, this could be Cyril DNFs.
Yeah,
I was literally about to say this could be the first time I've ever seen Cyril get lapped when he pitted there. But don't matter, he's DNF'd.
I don't think Cyril wanted the embarrassment.
No, he lapped me the other day, which was quite embarrassing. But we won't talk about that bit.
There's nothing embarrassing about getting lapped apart from
Actually, it's pretty normal. I'm not a bad then, huh? Only lap one. Yeah,
that's a normal day for me, mate. Sarah's AI isn't getting out T-Ball's way. Oh dearie me, that was nearly a big one. Sarah's AI was going so slowly out the pit lane. T-Ball just taking numerous laps, clobbered him. Big snap from Smasher. So I think he's getting very, very frustrated here. Behind Antoine. Well, I'm not sure if he's getting frustrated, more getting absolutely peed off.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work out what's going on. I'm currently on board with Jacob B, and he's inside XR James. And he's actually just got past him. Yeah, I think that's actually helped Jake, because now he's in the DRS of Smasher. And XR James a lap down, giving Jake DRS. It's really helped him. He's also pulled out the DRS of upstairs, whose softs are going off, which was expected to be honest, but yeah.
I'd like to point out on it, fastest lap is a 1 minute 10 dead. By dead I mean .000.
That is so satisfying.
Like, that is one of those laps you do. You're just like, really? It's like when people used to do a 130.000 at China on the last game. It's like,
bit wide from Smasher there, sorry. He nearly just hit the wall of champions there. Yeah, I think he just narrowly missed it, but he's really all over the back of Antoine, who, by the way, is actually catching on us.
Oh, Smasher nearly got again! You nearly had a heart attack then.
I was on board with him. I've just seen him nearly win it about 3 times in 3 corners, so he's really struggling on their mediums now. And Zebra out in front.
For those of you who don't know, both me and Dan have very, very strong connections to the people currently racing. Obviously, I am an ARL who's currently winning, and Dan's in PDG who are currently 4th and 5th. It's kind of a big deal for us both right now, trying not to... I'm quite nervous, I'll be honest.
Got balls of steel, mate. I ain't nervous.
Race Degger park running then. It's Jake.
Oh, what's up? Jake's letting...
He's gone through.
Smasher's letting Jake through.
Yeah. Smart idea. Neither one of the penalties, so for the good of the team. Thank you, Diagoro. I probably will, mate. I probably said that wrong. Antoine with 6 seconds.
And he's
Antoine with the penalty. And now Jake to the outside.
Oh.
Big shove. Big wheel bag. They are forcing each other. This is a big... This might end up being a massive accident. Antoine leaves in the room. They bag wheels yet again. And Jake, I think, has potentially made the move. They're still side by side. But Antoine gives up. And Jakey B is up into P3. Can he chase down Jonas?
That's the question. Can he chase down that P2 in this race? I believe he doesn't have a penalty, whereas Jonas does. If I understood that correctly. Yeah, VSR and BEG, obviously neck and neck in a championship, really battling it out right now. And,
It's a very interesting battle right now. Here I currently have a full sandwich of the points. T-Ball in the lead with Viper in 10th.
Yeah.
Smash you with a little look to the inside line of Antoine. Antoine with 6 seconds with a poor exit. Might be pretty successful here. Smash you had to wait for his teammate to get through, but clears VSR Antoine up into P5. Antoine not be able to make any sort of impression back. His tyres are a bit too old.
That is exactly what Smash and Jake needed, because they're now going to want to chase up to Jonas and get within the 3 seconds that they crucially need.
Yeah. Interestingly, though, T-Ball just pulled half a second on Jonas in the last lap. XR James has been disqualified.
Pretty average race.
Just
It's just average. It's just, you know, we see this all the time. This is F1 2020 we're talking about here. That's normal.
Oh, the
I'm not even
first I have-
surprised.
I have seen the last time I saw a penalty, barring a race I did the other day where someone else got disqualified. That's the first time I've seen disqualification since WCD Pineda back in ERC at Mexico. And if you remember that race, oh, that was one of the best races I've ever sat through in my life. I think you raced that day, didn't you? If I'm right.
Which track was it?
Mexico.
Yeah, I will remember that. I'm sure JJ. I'm pretty sure JJ is actually guessing Jacob Smasher right now, and he will.
Yeah.
He will have a lot of funny stories to tell you about my ERC Mexico performance. But
A couple of dark fruits may have been involved.
yeah.
By a couple, I mean several.
Yeah.
By several, I mean too many.
Yeah, that's enough said. Enough said. Back to the racing. Anyway, Jake. I don't want to talk about that. And Jake is really close to the
Again!
The man from Liverpool is loving spinning right now. He's like, it's like one of the Danny Perez videos where he like just half spins around the track.
You spin me right. I'm not going to do any more of that. Thank you very much. So Viper's pushing the fastest lap here.
Yeah, well, they're perfect for Euro. You know, Viper's
yeah.
got fastest laps. That's 27 points they get.
Yeah.
I mean, that is what they need in this championship.
So Jake is in DRS now of Jonas for P2.
Yeah. I think if he's smart, he won't go for the move on your nuts.
No. Well,
actually, no. Hold on.
oh, Giampedalo just got past Oxtez up into
Oh,
P7.
sorry. Does Timo? How many penalties does Timo have?
One.
One. And it's plus the 5 seconds.
Yeah, just single penalty. They need to be within 8 seconds
8 seconds.
to make
I mean,
it. So
yeah,
the gap's
I think,
9.5. With Jonas in front,
I think it's a
Jonas'
bit
pretty much
far.
has been stagnating. I
yeah.
don't think right now it's a lap and a half. I mean,
I can't see him closing that. Can you? I mean, if he did,
Ben
it'd be
Reznar's
actually
going to get clipped. Mirror, honestly, mate, you can clip that and put it on Twitter if you want, but I'm going to kick the crap out of you if you do.
Clip what?
Don't want to know. Use your memory.
Oh yeah, so next yeah, okay, right, okay. And Jake is really closely on us, and he's using an overtake. He's going to go for a move.
Go on, United. 3-0. Big run over Jakey B. Jonas advances to the inside, goes right to the white line.
Wow.
And Jakey B, convincingly
Easy.
as well, takes it. And now he doesn't have enough ERS to go full power on the last lap. He needs 9/10 of a second to win this race. Does he have enough or does he even know? That's the question. Does he even know?
I don't think he knows. I wouldn't know. I don't think they know.
Has he got... Oh, Jake has 3 seconds.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, Jakey B has 3 seconds.
Oh, so that was for position.
Thank you, Camo. So that is it then.
Wow.
So Jonas. So that is for position then. I didn't know that. My voice is actually legitimately
Sector
going
1
now.
and 2. Who's that? Oxtez, DNF.
Oh, BRT Oxted out on the final lap. And that is it then. I'm going to cut up to Earl Tebow. Coming into the final chicane. What a race it has been for this young man. Into the final chicane. I'm so happy to say this. Earl Tebow picks up the victory here in Canada. Jakey B into the final chicane. Up to the line. For P2. A great result for him. Jonas P3. It's not going to be P3, it has to be Jonas. It's going to go to BDD Smasher. Antoine P5. Bushby keeps like, yes he does. FCT LaSalle is going to finish P7. And what I think is going to be FCT's best result of the season. It feels good to see. It feels good seeing here on top 7 of the podium.
That's going to be
LaSouche P7.
100%.
Left
If I see a better
P7
driver
in
than that
the
this
end.
season.
Well, yeah.
If I see a better driver than Nero TV's driver today this season, I don't know. I don't know what I'd do, to be honest. I probably won't be commentating it. I don't know. Yeah,
Crack open the dark fruits and just drink.
Yeah, actually, great.
And Viper pulls into the pit lane. He's going to finish the race in the pits. I don't blame him. This he has to get the fast lap at the end. Yeah, no, he didn't. Raven, FCT Raven with a 9.5 ends the race with the fastest lap.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, one thing we haven't noticed though, with BG getting second and third, that means they take the championship leads over BRL.
Ah, right.
As yeah, they got 33 points today. So
Well, great results in the end. A great overall race as well here. Gonna run through the final results and I'll pass you off back to Hyper for his final thoughts of the race, and then we can wrap this all up here today. There's your top three on the podium. Wow. So Irel Tebow then picks up his first win in SRC. Irel's first win in SRC, and I couldn't be happy to say that. JKB in P2, BDG Smasher in P3, 4th VSO Gunnis, 5th VSO Antoine, 6th Virgil Pentanel, 7th SLT left at 8th FCT LaSalle, 9th Irel Viper, and then your retirements, VLT Oxtez. Well, he retired. Crusader left the session, and Raven, I don't know what happened to him. V-Sire in P3, then your proper retirements, V-Sire in 13th, 14th XL Wafer, 15th, this is a UN 16th Chandler Ceta, 17th SLT Malaise, 18th Presto Evans, 19th XL James. And that is a race. So then, Hyper, are you here?
I am here as the scene
So,
changes
okay.
over. What a brilliant race that was. I do have to say so myself. Full of action, full of intense close quarter racing. What a race.
Oh, yeah. It's what we all wanted to see, really, isn't it?
Definitely, indeed, and it's believe it or not, that's going to be I'm guessing you're going to go and finish off watching a football match, and then celebrate for your team win, of course, Ben.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go watch some football. Dan, you're probably on your way soon, I presume.
yeah.
Crack open the dark fruits. Let's go.
Yeah.
Of course, Pancakes, you're happy as well because, of course, your team also came second and third. So brilliant work by them as well. As it's been a magnificent race all round, hasn't it?
Yeah, fantastic. I think Iro Tebow, I mean, Ben called it at the start. He wins this race. Fantastic. Can't fault him. That's what I have to say.
Yeah. I don't really have much to say myself. Any last words, Pancakes?
Yeah, well, actually, thanks for having me. And I'm going to go watch football. Thank you very much. And I'll catch you another time, maybe.
Well, I'll see you then. Let me quickly work out where we'll be going next as I go through the many files that I have open. I have one too many in this computer, as we should be heading. Oh, this Google Doc is not clear. We're on round 7 there, so round 8 will be. There is nothing showing. Well, we'll find out next week where we're going next week. I'm sure if you keep an eye out on our Twitter at Team Shazoo, we'll find out what happens next. As for me, thank you all for watching. The other two have already ditched me before I even give their final goodbyes, and hope you all enjoyed the race today.